Good morning, everybody. Today, like my new airplane, I can see it. Got my motor pads, my crutch. We're going to build us some landing gear blocks, plates. I guess I'll do two at a time so they're the same. Boy, long ways from getting a wing done in a weekend. We're on week 2 and still haven't got it built. Maybe I'll work on it a little more today. If you look, we did stop by Woodcrafters yesterday and got some this medium CA. This is the best glue. This beats Bob Smith by a mile. This is good stuff here. Really good stuff. And the two P10 activator. This is pricey. It's $15 for this can, but this can it lasted me several years. And this stuff here will build 4 airplanes, and it doesn't go bad. So that's a good thing. So let's get a little working room here. So we got some 1/8" balsa wood. I cut those strips of end grain basswood over John's. They're a little over 1/4 inch, probably 5/16. We need those. Got my favorite tool here, the saw. Let's get a box out. Clean up all this stuff here. Need this here. We'll need this over here. Cut this. This will be the torsion box right here. Get rid of these pins. Sanding block. Okay, got some epoxy mixing stuff there. All right, let's clean this off. 2 watchers and 2 thumbs up. This is my triangle for rib squareness. Danny, get out of the chair. All right. Now I've been using light ply as my landing gear base. I just can't see. I don't see the need for 7-ply aircraft wood when it's just not necessary. You guys do you, but so we'll sand the straight edge here. Okay. So this will work right here. We're going to, I don't have a table saw here or anything, so I got to do everything by hand. But I'm sure I can do it. I bought a neat pencil yesterday from Woodcrafters. Mechanical pencil. Got a sharpener in the end. Got big thick lead. It's about the most expensive pencil I've ever bought. But I think Woodcrafters, everything's expensive. But boy, it marks good. Okay. So, I think I'm going to switch camera angles because I need to be standing on the other side because I'm right-handed. Yeah, come on now. Damn, this thing's not long enough. Okay, I'll have to do it from this side and then switch back. There we go. On the way back from John's yesterday, I stopped and bought. Yeah, I'm getting ready to build these cabinets in my shop in St. Louis. And I needed to, I have model airplane tools. I just don't have cabinet tools. So now I got cabinet tools, trim router and regular router and pocket hole jigs and, just whatever I needed. Because I'm going to build a lot of cabinets in St. Louis for my house. I can't see what I'm doing here. Maybe I do need to swap ends and go this direction. That'd probably be better. Probably be better. We'll go this way. Yeah, that saw is sharp. So I left the line on. We'll sand down to the line. Man, it's close. There we go. All right. Let's square it up. Don't need any more than about 3 inches for these. So we'll make 2 of them. What do we got here? And how I do these, you do it any way you want, because I take a piece of 1/8-inch piano wire, if I can find it here, and then it's down in here. Come on now. Yeah. So we got 1.25 inches, 5/8. And we need I like this pencil because it's really sharp. You can really get a nice point on things, but the lead is not so fine that it breaks off. Most mechanical pencils, the lead is so tiny, it's like a 64th of an inch, and just breaks off. But this stuff, this pencil here has got an 1/8-inch diameter piece of lead. You sharpen it to a point. Pretty nice. That's where the wire goes. I'll just transfer this line here. Come on. What makes these plates so strong is the orientation of the grain. And they really don't need to be all that strong because you ain't hitting the ground at 100 miles an hour. Landing gear just has to be strong enough to hold the airplane off the ground, hold the prop off the ground. Okay, so I take that there and I glue it. Of course, the glue bottle is clogged. Look at this. Well, we got this kicker here. Okay, we're ready to start setting these up. You take this end grain piece of basswood and you push it right up next to it. You can use epoxy. I just use CA. Make it tight against the wire. You don't want that too sloppy. Damn thing's not in there perfect. Will be now though. Will be now. Now I broke the wire out of this one. Not a big deal. Gonna break them off anyway. Okay, there's our blocks. And detail glue them. Make sure they're glued down really good. Now we got a step in that. We got to fill. We're going to fill that with 1/8 inch wood, 1/8 inch balsa. Do it in grain too. Well, you could do it side grain, I suppose. Yeah, it'll be fine. Sideways, that we were not wasting a whole lot of. It'll be fine. That piece of wood wasn't even 3 inches wide. Oh well. I noticed that we got a little gap here. I didn't get it glued down good enough, so we'll use the clamps to get it glued down. Don't glue it to the clamp. Probably what's going to happen. Nope, good. Yeah. Okay, where'd that piece of wood go? There we go. That's better. I'll just set this here in case I need it again. Oh, that got hot. Remember, you're not building a watch, so. There we go. Now you could fill that all the way out with basswood, go from there to the edge, but I'm a weight nut and I'm looking for every grain I can save. So I feel like 1/8" balsa wood's got to be lighter than 1/8" basswood. These don't really have to be square, but nice to have. Nice to know that you took pride in your work, because every piece of this is hidden. Landing gear and all the accoutrements are 3 ounces. And anytime you can lose a little weight on the landing gear, you're ahead. Doesn't matter whether you're using a carbon fiber fuse mounted gear or wing mounted gear, they're 3 ounces. That's just the way it is. There we go. That's a good landing gear block. Landing gear clip, whatever you want to call it. Now we won't install this today because I got to drill some holes for the clips or the doors. Come on now, get in there. Get a little edge on this. Man, it's right there. It just doesn't want to cooperate. Almost. There it is. Nope. Okay, I want to be a pain in the ass. Okay, we'll fix you up. Hey, we got some. Okay, what does it say? Yeah, I'm going to be making carbon parts here shortly. There we go. There we go. What the hell? There it is. Well, there's one gear block. Yeah, the landing gear I'm going to make look just like this. Okay, let's sand this one up too, I guess. Take this one out, make sure that it's exactly the same. We need exactly the same. Man, that pencil's nice. Better be for 25 bucks. $14 for the pencil and $10 for the lead. There we go. There it is. Huh. And I didn't get this one very square. There it is. There it is. If it was over John's house, I'd go boom with this 10-inch disc sander and I'd be done. Or even if I was in St. Louis at my shop, I'd be done. But my airplanes here in Dayton are hand built. Okay, so we got 2 blocks. Now we need 2 torsion boxes. Let's see what these weigh. Come on, you. 9 grams, a little over 1/4 ounce. And we're going to add these. Let's see, yep, goes on that side. I guess I could. Do a little round over here. That's about right. Well, there it is. That's the cut line. This is the piece that glues right here that the little L wire fits in. But we're not going to glue that on either. And we'll make them. Now when I get these glued on, I'll come back with a Dremel and I'll bevel the edges off. And you say, what for? Well, it's lighter. We'll cut it back like that when it's glued in. Or actually it's, yeah, it's like that. How much does it take off? Probably not measurable, but you do that 10 times, it's measurable. When we were at Woodcrafters yesterday, we told the guys, well, we build model airplanes. He says, oh, so do I. He shows us a airplane like a biplane built out of oak, solid oak. Yeah, pretty nice. I mean, they're nice looking. There was a beautiful bell that somebody had turned on the lathe. I mean, it was craftsmanship to the bone. Pretty nice. Some of them old guys got too much time on their hands. Building door stops. But if that's what you're into. Okay, this is just maple motor mount. So our landing gear system parts are complete. Totally. $13 grams. By the time it's done with epoxy, it'll be ½ ounce. It's 14 now. It'll be ½ ounce. It's already ½ ounce. These are where the mystery weights come in. Shit that you wouldn't think, well, that ain't nothing, but you got to have it, so. You got to have it. So now, let's see what my crutch weighs. My crutch weighs 58 ounces. We'll add the landing gear at 68. 72 ounces, plus the screws, plus the blind nuts. To be 75 grams, about 80 grams. Let's see what mode. That's 2½ ounces. So we're still doing good, because normally these crutches weigh 3 ounces and the landing gears weigh 3 ounces. But the landing gear includes a wire. I don't have the wire and the wheels, but I can already tell that I'm a half ounce ahead of the game, maybe an ounce ahead of the game already. Your elevator stabilizer should be no more than 3 ounces, complete with the horn hinges, everything to go. Your rudder should be no more than 7 grams. You know, yesterday I was showing John that we can make his elevators lighter out of solid wood, and I know they're going to be lighter than those built up ones. But people say, well, why would you do that for 2 grams? Well, that's 2 grams more paint you can put on. You got to think of it that way. I mean, the paint is the second heaviest thing next to the engine on the airplane. So trade-off, you know, take the weight off here to add to the paint, and the more the airplane weighs, the more tail heavy it's going to be, and the more tail heavy it is, you know, you got to move the engine forward. It means the thing's going to turn slow. I don't know if you guys have ever driven a, well, like I mentioned this yesterday. Take your car and put 500 pounds of sand in the trunk and drive it on ice where the wheels are real light. Now, if you're a truck driver, you'll understand that you're supposed to have 12,000 pounds, no more than 12,000 pounds on the steers, meaning being nose heavy. But if you put too much weight on the tongue, it lifts the front end off and the front end feels light. Well, it's the same thing with an airplane. If you're running the CG farther and farther back, yeah, it'll turn, but it's not directionally stable, because that's just it, you know, that's physics. I'm not a scientist or anything. I'm just trying to explain it the best way I know how. So the way I set airplanes up is to run them slightly nose heavy, forward CG, everything move back towards the CG. You know, the engine's pushed back, the tank's pushed back, everything's pushed back to the bell crank as far back as I can get it. And then it'll turn and lock. And in the wind, because the weight is forward of the center of gravity, you'll have directional stability instead of trying to fly a lowrider, you know, with the tail sunk down. But you do you. If you do it my way, you won't go back to the other way, I'll tell you that. It's not my way. It was taught to me by Ron O'Toole. Yeah, I'll bet that is spooky. My dad had a 74 Cadillac Eldorado with a 540 cubic inch monster motor in it or whatever. He had that car for like 35 years. But they were up in Big Bear, which is northern or Southern California, high in the mountains, in the Sierra Mountain range. And the snow would come. Everybody'd be chaining up and shit. That Eldorado, it plowed through it, you know, front wheel drive. It plowed through the snow like it was nothing, because it was nose heavy. It had all the weight on the wheels in the front. Okay, we need to scrape this crap off here. I guess we can start building that other wing. Or maybe I ought to do some straight form molding today, get those leading edges ready to go. Let's do that. I'm going to do these slightly different. I'm going to use the tight bond method instead of the CA. I don't have any tape. I got packing tape I guess I could use. Let's try it. No, I think I'll wait and go to this Lowe's. It's only down the street and get me some painter's tape so I can tape those sheeting together. But we'll mill them up. We'll get them straight. You guys got any questions on what I've been doing, or? I'm also thinking about doing this. This is the fuselage right here underneath the glass of the only airplane in 40 years that I've drawn out. And I really like the looks of the profile of this thing. It, you know, it just looks way better than the Junar. Way better. But what I'm thinking about doing is I got this program called FreeCAD. It's pretty powerful. I'm going to have to sit down and figure out how to use it exactly. But what I'm thinking about doing I mean, I could do it. I could do it with a pencil here, loft it out. It's cross-sectioning this fuselage. Let's take the bulkhead right at the trailing edge. I might as well make it to scale. Let's see what happens there. Okay, at the trailing edge, it's 5 inches tall, 4 3/4. So 4 3/4. And it is approximately 2 inches wide. So down from the top, it's 2.5, 2 3/4 to the trailing edge. So 2 3/4 to the trailing edge. So what I'm thinking about doing, and it's 2 inches, we'll make it 2 1/4, so it'll be 1 1/8, 2 1/4. Instead of using 1/8 inch or 3/32 fuselage size, build this out of 16th. And in order to do that, everything has to be round. This is my CAD, cardboard aided drawing. But if I could figure out that free CAD, maybe. Come on, I missed that fold. This is the exact same way I do shoe ribs, stack sand shoe ribs. We could do it with the fuselage. I just want to do it the easiest way. Oh well, you get the idea. Build this airplane like a gallows kit with 3/32 bulkheads and 16th inch stringers and a molded 16th inch skin. So the fuselage at the trailing edge would look like that. The trailing edge would run through right here. This is not the scale, it's that would be the trailing edge of the wing right there. There's even enough room for a pipe to go in here if you wanted it, but I don't foresee any need in it myself. And then we could, let's see, so the stringers would be, the keel or the top stringer would be this way. And the longerons would be this way. And then 16th inch square, 16th inch square. I'll have to divide it up equal, but you get the drift. And then it'd have a keel to hold it straight. Then we need a longeron there. And then a stringer there, 16th, and a stringer there. This would be very fiddly to build. Like I say, that would be at the trailing edge right there. The shape of the airplane. It'd be very fiddly to build, but I think it would take an ounce or so off the fuselage. Yes, the ribs are angled. Okay, I'll go through this angled rib thing one more time. If you look at a bridge, there are no straight up and down pieces. They're angled, and there's an engineering optimum. I don't know if it's 17 degrees or I just don't know, because yeah, that looks right. So if you angle the ribs, it's going to be stronger than if they were straight fore and aft. It would twist a whole lot easier. So the angled ribs are for torsional rigidity. The next thing is it takes away, if you look here, if I had this straight and this straight, I'd have to have two ribs in here. So it takes away this wood right here. So it takes out 1, 2, or 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It takes 9 ribs out of the wing to be just as strong. So 9 ribs at 2 grams a piece is 18 grams. That's a ½ ounce. And if you do it twice, 18 for each side, that's 1.25 ounces off the weight of your airplane. So that's why the ribs are angled. They're stronger and lighter. I don't use 16th on when I build wings. I use 3/32. I use, instead of 1/4 inch spars, I use 3/16 spars because that leaves 1/4 inch strip out. So if you think about it, you got the spar is 1/4 inch 4 times. If you take a 16th off each one, these are 3/16 instead of 1/4. If you take a 16th off each one, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 is 1 spar that you left off. I normally only make these, unless I'm doing these pocket hinges. These are 1.25 inches because I had the overhang, and I'm going to cut some of that off. But I normally only make these 3/4 of an inch instead of an inch because that leaves one trailing edge piece off. So I'm always looking for the advantage of the wood we're getting now is shit. It's just terrible. You know, the contest wood, 6 to 9 pounds. Give me a break. 4 to 6 was edgy. You know, if you can get 3.5 pound wood, you can build a 40-ounce airplane. But if you can't get, if you all you can get is 5 pound wood, your airplane is going to be 50 ounces. So now Hunt has the theory of, I don't agree with it, but he does what he does and I do what I do. If you have a let's say an 1/8 inch piece, that'll be an 1/8 inch piece of 4 pound wood. His theory is you can use a 1/16 inch piece of 8 pound wood and it'll be the same. Wrong answer. It won't. It's still 8 pound wood. What you need is 3.5 pound wood or 3 pound wood. How long have we been on? We've been on an hour. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to eat breakfast. I'll come back later. We made landing gear clips this morning. I gave it a little rendition on engineering. I think this will be stronger. 6 molded. Of course, I'll have to make bucks. 2 halves, a right and a left, and they'll join at the top and bottom and pull it together. 16th inch. I think that'll be lighter and stronger than the way we've been doing airplanes. I think that's how the Yatsenkos do it, but they do it in a mold, and I don't have that kind of money for a mold. So, and they do it with fiberglass. I ain't putting no fiberglass on mine, so hopefully I can make it lighter. So there's the rendition on the 1/8 inch piece 4 pound or 16th inch piece 8 pound equals the same. I ain't buying it. And density varies from piece of wood to piece of wood. But I'm going to go to Lowe's, get some tape so we can lay up these wing skins. That's my job. My job is to try to shed some light on this mystery stuff. It's not a mystery. It's real simple stuff. I'm just a mechanic. I don't know the math. I don't know the science. I built so many airplanes in my life. I know what works. Looks like we're getting a little spring to this. Oh, it's on this. That's why. There we go. Don't want to build no warps in this puppy. All right, thanks for watching. We'll be back later on this afternoon. When I get some tape and stuff, we'll do some skin. So fair winds, tight lines. See ya.